This is Unknown and Uncloned on the Undetermined Podcast Network.
Hello and welcome to Unknown and Uncloned, where we delve into pop culture and all forms of art and beyond. I'm your host, Rich. Along with me are my co-hosts,
Julian Wilson and
Louis Christie.
And we are part of the Undetermined Podcast Network, which you can follow at
YouTube at the Undetermined Network, and also on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at the UD Network. And if you wish to follow us on Unknown and Uncloned, you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at UAU Podcast and on Facebook at UAU TUDPN.
That's right. So, we have been on a bit of a hiatus, but, podcasts are meant to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
So we record them in our leisure time, whenever we get to take a break from the rustle and bustle of post-graduation life.
Yeah, and life in general, man.
Exactly. So this episode, I'd like to talk about something that we've all wondered about, something that we've all been exposed to, the deep ocean.
Yes. And how little we actually know about the ocean.
Yeah, apparently, according to not just this article, but multiple articles I found online. I'm on worldatlas.com right now, and I'm quoting it directly. It is said that humans have managed to explore only about 5% of the ocean floor.
How is that possible?
Whoa. Now, that is an average. It could be a little higher, maybe, 5, 6, or 7.
Right.
But still, the point is, we really haven't gone that deep into the ocean.
Oh my gosh. There actually, to put in a quick plug, there actually is a new ocean-based movie called 47 Meters Down, which features Mandy Moore and an actress from the TV show The Originals, which I haven't seen yet. But yeah, it looks crazy, and because they get sent down, they're surrounded by sharks, so it looks like a survival type film. But it's scuba diving, all these people that it seems like we've explored a lot, but we really haven't. Because all the pressure and
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know how we're gonna create a submarine that will be able to handle all that pressure going down there.
That's the thing, and that's only one element. It's not just the pressure. Don't forget complete darkness, and also the temperature. So at some point, these machines aren't gonna be able to function at such a low temperature.
You think they would just rust really fast, or do you think it would be?
It'd be crushed.
Yeah.
Probably,
Well,
yeah.
Crushed alone by the pressure.
If the machine's not crushed, you're gonna be crushed within the submarine.
That's
Oh,
true.
yeah. Oh yeah.
That's true. Right.
As a matter of fact, the deepest part of the ocean, which is called the Mariana Trench, is actually nearly 7 miles deep from the surface down into the earth. Now, just to put that into perspective, we all know how huge Mount Everest is. If you were to drop that into the Mariana Trench, its peak would only reach past more than a mile.
That's frightening more than anything else, because that doesn't even seem it doesn't seem possible.
I know it's very hard to fathom, to really, it's hard to fully imagine and comprehend the depth of this.
Because we see what we perceive as the ocean floor, right? We see that, and then I was okay, that's the ocean floor. No, it goes way deeper than that. We forget that there's more to it. It's just not just that surface that we see.
Yeah, we think we see a lot, but
Yeah.
there's that's literally a whole different world down there that we can't even comprehend. There's other forms of life we probably don't even know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where there's water, there's life, as they say. So who the hell knows what we're missing down there? It's crazy.
I know. I mean, there are so many more species of animals that we've yet to discover. As a matter of fact, I believe it was last year or within the last 2 years, there was a new species of jellyfish that was discovered.
Really?
Yeah. And that's only from, a couple of years of exploration.
Right.
I can't even imagine how many more animals we will discover in the coming years. Who knows what?
Oh my goodness! But then again, like I keep going back to like there's like so much that we have to discover about our own like minds and how the mind works.
Yeah.
So like there's space, there's the ocean, there's our own heads. It's like then there's dreams, and it's like we don't know 100% about anything.
Yeah.
We don't.
You got a point.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
I mean, but because the ocean has been open to so many possibilities when it comes to interpretation, we have a myriad of films that explore what is down there. Of course, some of the most popular being the Jaws series.
Never saw them. Yeah, you guys
A classic.
guys can yell at me now.
What? Fans, if you're listening, please post very, very...
Roast him.
No.
Yes. Roast him in the comments.
Breathe in, boy.
But, there's this idea that because there's so many things that are unknown down there, here's title reference.
And possibly uncloned.
Exactly.
Actually, no, there are clones. No, not really. There's just... Okay, anyways, continue.
That's a whole different thing. Yeah. So because there's so much unknown, we tend to attribute what is unknown to fear or danger.
Mm-hmm.
So, many people will imagine that there are crazy monsters that are very lethal to us. Obviously, there are sharks.
Yeah.
Maybe even, and of course, you guys know I have to bring this up at some point, the Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah, man.
Whoa.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Listen, Photoshop all day. No, but no, who knows? Who knows?
Exactly.
It's like it falls under the same category as Bigfoot. It's like, how do you really know? How do you really know?
Yeah, like there are people who supposedly have evidence, and then you're like, well, has this been altered?
Right.
Have you really seen that, or is it something else?
Same thing with extraterrestrials.
Exactly.
Actually, on Facebook, there's some videos I've been actually looking about the ocean and how there's different kinds of species of fish they look absolutely ridiculous in terms of just they're not normal fish.
Right.
They're not like fish we see on like
they're mutated, right?
kind of sort of. They're just very weird looking fish.
Right.
That can only be found in like the deep part of the ocean that we can't get to.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't pinpoint the video on Facebook. It was a long time ago that I seen it, but I'm sure if you search it on Facebook or on YouTube, you'll find the video of those various different kinds of fish.
Do they glow?
Yeah, one of them do have like a light that's above their heads
Yeah.
that we've seen in like other movies.
Right.
But there's other just weird looking fish that can only be found in that deep part of the ocean that I'm not sure if we can get to. I don't know how they got it, but
I don't know, man.
Well, they have the space probes, like the space thing that they send off. So they could have sent one down there and then just gotten the feedback. But wouldn't that be crushed too?
That's the thing. If it goes deep enough, the pressure will definitely impact it and possibly destroy it. Well, it definitely will destroy it at some point, but
Right.
I'm not sure how far it could go. Again, I'm no expert, but
Right.
all I know is that as of now, unfortunately, we don't know that much, even though it covers the majority of the planet.
Oh my gosh.
It's insane. Like, there are prehistoric fish that have existed since this planet's earliest days.
Right.
Who knows how they've evolved, how huge or crazy they look, or beautiful. I don't know.
And then there's also the comedic approach like Sharknado. Which I still know. I didn't see that. I didn't see those either. But
I have seen the first Sharknado. I am
I've
going to.
seen bits from it.
Listen, you are missing much. Trust me.
Oh my god.
For those of you who are, for any of you who are unfamiliar, I'm gonna make this brief. Sharknado is it's a film about, you guessed it, a tornado of sharks
oh my gosh.
that arrive on an unsuspecting town, and an unwilling group of heroes has to rise to the task of defeating a tornado made of sharks.
Wait, defeat? Like it's so a tornado forms from the sky.
No. Well,
Once
the
you
thing is,
defeat, it will be a very impressive feat.
it's very difficult to explain because using the movie's logic, which I don't know if you could even call it logic, but all I'm gonna say is,
I think there was one point where like there was a plane and like one of the things like just jumped from the ocean into the sky and bit one of the wings off the plane, and I saw that and I was like, no, it wasn't the Sharknado, it was the Megalodon, the Megalodon comedy movies. I'm like, what is this? Don't watch.
I'm not sure about if Megalodon is. I heard a Megalodon is actually real.
yeah, some sort of the ultimate form of the shark, or some sort of shark like subspecies out there that is extremely large and lethal. It may even be one particular shark. I don't know. All I know is that that term is always associated with a huge shark that can eat who knows just about anything. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So watch
yeah.
Sharknado, everybody. At your own risk.
Indeed, at your own risk. But but the thing is with that movie, it's definitely intended to be humorous. I mean, I don't see how it can't be.
Right.
just say the name.
Exactly.
Sharknado.
As opposed to, watching a movie like Jaws, which is intended to scare you and does a very good job at it. And it even has music that has become very, very iconic in terms of all horror films. It's become a standard in many ways. And you know what? I wanted to recommend, Julian, something you said earlier.
Yes.
Actually brought this to the forefront of my mind. Often people will associate the ocean with feelings of peace,
Right.
or tranquility,
Right.
and escape. And there's this one musician called Jack Johnson. He has a song
Yes.
called He has a song called Only the Ocean. And it's about those moments when you just bond with the sea, you and your thoughts in silence. And it is a beautiful track. I do absolutely recommend it.
That's a beautiful picture to paint.
Yeah.
Just floating there and you just look at the sky.
When's the last time you've been to the ocean, guys?
Oh man.
It's been too long.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never really been on the ocean like that, like on a cruise.
I've actually
anything
never
like
been on a cruise, like ever. I mean, no, I wouldn't count that. Yes, I don't know.
Well,
maybe once.
well, yeah. Like, when's the last time you've been to the beach?
It's been a while.
that. Yeah.
Wow.
It's been a
Yeah,
while.
same.
I'm not really a beach person.
Yeah, same.
Like
here.
it depends. Of course, if like a group of friends is going, like I'll go, but like would be my first choice.
Yeah, I haven't. It's been at least a year, unfortunately. It may even have been 2 years. But at some point, I do want to make a triumphant return and bond with water. I mean, it's like
Triumphant return. I was thinking of Poseidon. He's just like, I'm here.
exactly. I mean, it's just like we have people that bond with nature and become very close with the earth and plants, and that's a great thing.
Right.
But I want to see more of the same thing, but with water.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because there's more of it than green on Earth. Yet we're sort of distant.
Water is also a very common symbol for reflection.
Yes.
Reflecting,
balance.
balance.
Balance,
Yes.
like rejuvenation,
Rejuvenation.
like baptism, like rebirth,
Yes.
those kind of images.
All of those things. All those things go hand in hand with water.
Always so pure.
Yeah, purity. I was thinking of that. Remember, you literally read my mind.
Yes, I did. Maybe
But
I can.
In the same token, like the ocean could represent the mind of how wondrous and how
Yes.
abundant it can be.
Yes.
Along with the peaceful elements, there are also, the scary elements as well, like sharks,
Tsunamis.
The destruction part of the ocean or the water can also symbolize what you go through in your mind. You know, through the hardships.
It's like
over,
a whirlwind inside of my head.
Yeah, like overthinking. A lot of people suffer from overthinking.
Yeah.
So,
I know I do.
But that's great. Yeah, it's actually a perfect analogy for the mind. It's got this unimaginable depth, of course, our minds do. It's got peaceful areas, dangerous areas. Wow, yeah. It is absolutely that. And that also brings me to this poem by Nathaniel Hawthorne called, quite simply, The Ocean. And here it is. The ocean has its silent caves, deep, quiet, and alone. Though there be fury on the waves, beneath them there is none. The awful spirits of the deep hold their communion there. And there are those for whom we weep, the young, the bright, the fair. Calmly the wearied seamen rest beneath their own blue sea. The ocean's solitudes are blessed, for there is purity. The earth has guilt, the earth has care. Unquiet are its graves, but peaceful sleep is ever there beneath the dark blue waves.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
The ocean, man. Oh, so it really does blow my mind how little we have explored. I can't get over that. I honestly feel like I could describe more of space for you than the actual ocean.
I gotta go back to what you said, Lou, with the like the token point that you were making, because I wrote a rap once, and I like used like both the like token and ocean, like the same thing. Like how to go again? It's like the flow of motion. I'm rapping because my flow is spoken like a poetry token that's being thrown into the ocean. Like that was the line. Like, that's one of my favorite lines ever.
That rhyme though. Yeah, man.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. Also, with also it kind of, I kind of associate, even though it's like a different medium of water, wishing wells. You flip a coin into the wishing well, like it associated with like wishing also, and like you skipping rocks across water, same thing.
I wonder why that is. I don't see the direct link between the ocean and like being able to grant things.
Right.
Oh, you know
it
what?
could be like looking out into the horizon and like just seeing endless possibilities and just like I don't know. I guess like. Just placing your thoughts like in and then also like there's like the message in a bottle thing.
Yeah.
Which they actually found a recent message in a bottle from like 1980 something, I think.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wow. You know what?
It's crazy how these things are still turning up,
Yeah.
After all this time.
I think I just realized possibly the whole connection between wishing and oceans. Because I'm thinking about earlier civilizations would often like look toward areas that are unexplored and think that like the gods are there. In terms of like people would look to the sky and a long time ago, like in Egypt for example, Ra, the sun god, all the way up in the sky, the sun is a god looking down, like that kind of thing. Maybe some people thought that deep beneath the ocean there are gods there who will answer prayers. I really think that could be it. And that's why it's like, just toss a coin and see if your wish comes true. Which my coin tossing wishes have never came true. Unfortunately. But that should come as no surprise.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. But I have this list of deep sea movies that I guarantee a lot of you have not seen some of these. So I'm going to list them. And maybe I hope that this episode inspires you to take a look at some of them. For example, let's see here. This film, I remember seeing the commercial for this Piranha 3D.
Oh my! I was just thinking about that
You
movie.
were?
I was just thinking about that movie. I saw it a long
You
time
really?
ago.
Yeah.
I didn't particularly like it. It's like,
Okay.
I don't-
Piranha 3D.
I want to go through like the concepts of these films and like see how reflective of the truth they could be. And this is what I mean. So Piranha 3D, I'm on IMDb right now. And the description is, after a sudden underwater tremor sets free scores of prehistoric man-eating fish, an unlikely group of strangers must band together to stop themselves from becoming fish food.
that sounds so corny.
And every group of strangers would be an unlikely group of strangers.
I know the best way to solve this movie.
What's up?
You know what the best way is?
What?
Don't go back to that freaking water that you were swimming in.
Right?
Right? Yeah, it's always like they go back there. Whenever something crazy happens,
I'm like,
it's
what is this, Scooby-Doo? I'm like, listen,
Like,
you gonna take
like-
the mystery submarine down there?
We have to defeat fish. It's like, wow.
And then like the fish like takes off. It's like fake fish head. And it's just like, oh, you meddling kids! You just ruined my plan all at once.
I mean, I know it's just a movie, but we got like global terrorism going around, and then we got fish. It's like, oh no.
It's like, come on, man. Like,
I know.
it's like the fish can't survive on land, man.
I know, right? Flapping around.
There's just
It's not Nemo.
it's just fish and death. It's like
I know. What else? Oh, there's Waterworld.
that is the worst movie of all time.
Okay, well, let me,
Even worse than Piranha 3D.
damn, man, you did not even let me start describing.
No. That is like one of the worst movies.
Wait, why is it so bad?
It's so bad. I saw it one time, a long time ago. It's so bad.
Okay, well,
Why? Wait,
Okay.
why?
all
I'm
right.
curious.
Well, I want to read this premise first.
The
In
setting,
the future.
the setting. Guess what the setting is?
What?
Water. That's all. That's all. it
Wait,
is.
so it's not just that. It's not just that. Actually, in a future where the polar ice caps have melted and Earth is almost entirely submerged, a mutated mariner fights starvation and outlaw smokers, in quotes, and reluctantly helps a woman and a young girl try to find dry land. With Kevin Costner. Sounds... So that sounds interesting.
No,
Oh,
trust me. It's the movie's really bad. I would not recommend it to nobody.
Isn't it like a ray of hope that you can give?
No. I would watch
All right,
it.
listeners. So Lou says, do not watch this movie.
I would watch it to see how bad it is. Again, I'm like,
Yeah, hey, listen. Yeah, absolutely.
Listen.
Now, like the sad thing is, I'm looking at this huge list of movies inspired by the ocean, and a lot of them aren't too highly rated, unfortunately.
I can't imagine. Like, oh my god, suspense in the water.
I think 47 meters down is gonna be good though. I think
Yeah.
that looks good.
Yeah,
That one looks good. I haven't seen Jaws, and apparently that was like, well, not apparently it was iconic. So I guess I have to see that.
Let me see.
I don't know if I can sit through the Sharknado movies unless we have like a movie, just a movie session or whatever, and they're like, "All right, watching all the Sharknado movies today." I'm like, "All right."
Could you watch The Deep? This came out in 1977. A pair of young vacation. Okay, I'm just gonna read it in my regular voice. Don LaFontaine, that's the voice actor who popularized that voice for movie commercials,
Right.
for movie trailers. Unfortunately, he did pass away. So rest his soul. But
Yes.
yeah. A pair of young vacationers are involved in a dangerous conflict with treasure hunters when they discover a way into a deadly wreck in Bermuda waters. I'm just going to stop right there. Hold on. You will not find me going crazy deep. I don't care how valuable this treasure is. I'm not going deep into the ocean waters facing who knows what. Some like megalodons and piranhas or whatever. No, it is not worth it.
is that
I'm committed
movie
to this.
associated with the Bermuda Triangle?
Yeah, it is.
Yo,
Oh, wait,
yo, the Bermuda Triangle, some freaky stuff goes on in there.
Let's drive
man.
out there, guys.
Yeah, right.
We're stuck. Why did we come down here, guys?
All right, so anyone got a good book? Like,
You know what? This is another thing we got to tackle. The Bermuda Triangle. It's a section of the ocean where apparently there have been a series of very mysterious events occurring.
And disappearances.
Yeah. People like it's a specific area on the ocean. I'm not sure where exactly. It may be in the Atlantic. Actually, you know what? Hold on one second.
Bermuda Triangle's freaky, man. There's a lot of stuff that goes on. There's actually that's not the I don't really know the name of the other places, but that's not the only place where stuff goes on like that.
All right. The Bermuda Triangle, also known as the Devil's Triangle, is a loosely defined region in the western part of the North Atlantic Ocean, where a number of aircrafts and ships are said to have disappeared under mysterious circumstances. I don't know. I mean, what really could it be? I mean, if you disappear in the ocean, of course no one's going to find you. It's deep as heck.
I believe the Bermuda Triangle, I think there's an electromagnetic field.
Oh, really? I haven't
Yeah,
heard
that's
that.
because I saw that. I believe there's an electromagnetic field. That's why like stuff has been missing. Because when airplanes fly over it, they would stall out.
That too. Mm-hmm. Heard about that too.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Heard
that's
about that too.
I looked at either a documentary or on a show that was discussing about the Bermuda Triangle, and people actually went out there. And when they went out there, they noticed their electrical equipment was going haywire.
Hey,
So there's a lot of interference.
You know what they say about curiosity? You know what I'm saying?
don't.
People just can't let things be, man. Actually, what were we gonna say?
I don't want to go there to find out that.
Of course, I don't want to go there.
I'm never going there.
You know,
You will never find me
I don't
there.
care if it's a Bermuda square, an oval, a circle. You ain't never gonna find me over there.
The Bermuda rhombus. Imagine.
The Bermuda cylinder, the hexagon.
And all in all, what does our need to create things in the ocean say about us? Well, I think it's fairly straightforward. Humans always have a desire to discover what is unknown,
Explore.
Exactly. And we always have theories that we want to throw out there. We always want to explain the unexplained. And that's just the same thing when it comes to water. But I feel like it's one of the more unexplored frontiers out there.
Water's also been used as a tool for horror movies. When someone's looking in the water, they don't see anything. They look somewhere else. They look back in the water. They see something in the water. Or it's like, I'm sure that can go for anything. But
yeah, it can be.
There's a lot of channels on YouTube that like go deep with this stuff, but like there's like some weird stuff. There's this one that I'm gonna just quickly mention. I wouldn't really recommend. They're good channels to get info from, but some of them are kind of creepy. But there's this one story a couple stories of this guy. I think his name was like Hugh Williams or whatever, and like every shipwreck, like where there's been a Hugh Williams on board, like there'd be like everyone else perished except for this dude with the name Hugh Williams. And like there was like one shipwreck where like two people survived. One was named Hugh Williams and the other one was like his son, and his name was also Hugh Williams. So I was like, okay, I don't know what is going on here. It was like in one of those videos like top 5 most conspiracy whatever, and it was like one of those things, or like top 10 or whatever. And I was like, okay, that's kind of, because I never knew that. But finding that out, I was just like, I don't think that really matters, but it's still like interesting because like they've all been like boat wrecks or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's just, I don't know. There's a lot of open thought when it comes to the ocean. Like it helps think and it helps spark just thoughts and
absolutely
what's out there.
But the only thing that I have a problem with is I don't like how so many of these movies is always like something lethal in the ocean. Like
there's no like peaceful movies about the ocean.
Yeah, it's always like there's sharks, beasts,
right,
aliens, piranha 3D. It's just I'm curious as to what other theories people have about the ocean. You know, what if there are places in the ocean where human life could have been sustained? No, it seems impossible. Like Atlantis, for example.
Yeah, Atlantis and
You know, like
yeah, there's I don't know anything about Atlantis. Is Atlantis real?
Supposedly, but it, supposedly like submerged, like it drowned, like it sank, is the word I'm looking for. It sank below the ocean, like,
I mean,
and no one's been able to like. That's always something I've always been interested in Atlantis. I've always been interested in that because I'm like, it's just that's crazy. There are certain structures on the ocean floor and like just certain shapes and stuff that haven't been explained yet.
So by shapes you mean like constructs that seem man-made?
Yeah.
But they're
Yeah.
so then they must have been.
Now they're like merged in with the floor and the surroundings now because it's been a long time since.
So then they might have been submerged way deep down, or maybe they were on the surface at some point. And over time, like water levels rose and then just straight sweeped it.
Right.
And now they're way down there. Who knows? Who knows if we maybe discover some sort of underwater plant life that has some crazy benefits.
Yeah.
There's just there are so many things
so many things, man.
I don't even know where to start. All I know is that the ocean is beautiful, but it also has that duality of being, it can be
chaotic.
Exactly. And I still gotta learn how to swim.
Oh, me too, man.
Actually,
What's up?
one point about the ocean. I don't know if you guys heard of this game that's been circulating or based on the ocean. It's pretty interesting. It's called Subnautica. Have you guys ever heard of that?
No.
What is that?
It's a PC game. I'm not sure if it's for PC and console. Don't quote me. But if you search it on YouTube, guys like Markiplier on YouTube plays Subnautica. He has a series on YouTube. I recommend anybody to check that out.
Right.
He's pretty funny. But
he is.
Yeah, back to the point that the game Subnautica is based around, these voyagers coming from Earth, discovering this planet that's mainly submerged with water everywhere. So plane crashes, ship crashes on that planet. So then you have to survive.
Oh, wow.
In the ocean, but you can gather materials, eat food, and just basically gather materials so you can create a ship, create weapons to survive in the ocean. It's like a futuristic like game, but you're mainly surrounded with water, gathering materials, discovering different parts of the ocean with these different alien life form fish looking creatures.
Wow,
it's crazy. It's a really good game. It's very interesting if you have the patience to actually gather materials with different chemicals, different types of food, different type of plants, different types of fruit. It's an amazing game. You can build towers, you can build submarines. Yeah, just based on the materials you're handed to you, but
that's awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I'm going to check that out.
I love open world exploration.
I'm going to
games.
check that out.
Yeah.
Actually, that kind of reminded me. I think this is what it's called. For the listeners that have ever heard of the game or played the game Journey, there's a game kind of similar to it. I think it's called Abzu, and it's basically like an underwater based game, kind of like Journey. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
That's a perfect frontier for games, because games have the ability to create an entire world, and with something like the ocean, you will have a lot of creative freedom.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that is perfect. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed our talk about the deep ocean. We want you to let us know your thoughts. You can find us on social media at
UAU Podcast on Instagram and Twitter, and Facebook at UAUTUDPN. And you can listen to full episodes of Unknown and Uncloned and other Undetermined content at the Undetermined Network on YouTube.
Yep, that's right. And, just let us know your thoughts on the Sharknado trilogy. Yes, it is a trilogy.
And make sure you guys check out Subnautica on YouTube. Trust me, it's a very, very well-made game based on the ocean. You get to do whatever you would like. Like I said, build ships, create your base, build submarines. You get to see all types of sea monsters, fish, minerals, all that good stuff.
That sounds epic, man. That sounds epic, actually.
Go check that out.
Absolutely,
all
guys.
Right. Word.
So, for Unknown and Uncloned, I have been your host, Rich, along with my other hosts,
Julian Wilson and
Lewis Christie.
Peace out, guys.
Peace.